Hi guys, I'd like to welcome you all to the horse movie making tutorial, and today I was going to show you guys a few tips and hints about how to make a great Breyer horse series. Okay, so let's start out with the first thing.
The crazy frog is coming, 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 and everybody's jumping. New York to San Francisco and intercity disco. The wheels of steel are turning and traffic lights are burning. So if you like to party, get on and move your body.
We like to party. 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 We like to party.
Make sure before you film you clean your set, so that way the overall project looks better. Number 1. If you have a wide selection of horses, then I recommend using common colors. For instance, this chestnut here, liver chestnut, is a very common color in horses, thus making her, if you're doing a long-term series like Thunderbolt, you can use a bunch of different molds, such as when she's young, she's older, and during her middle life, throughout most of her life, like middle age. Number 2. What if you don't have as wide a selection? Well, here's the solution. Do the same thing. Try and find a horse that you have commonly in your collection, like a black horse, for instance, and then age, but not as many stages. For instance, only have a full stage, and then just have him grow up, and don't make him older or make him age like the last example. Just make him stay one age the whole movie. Camera angles. Oh yeah, my favorite part. Here's a good example. I start out with the action, showing the hooves, which is always a good way to show action. Hooves, where the action is, obviously. Then I show a close-up of what is holding the action, or causing it. And then I show a close-up of the actual horse, the details. I pan from most of the middle face down a little bit to the nose, which is where the action starts. Hooves mostly show the action. And if you're doing a horse that's struggling like that, then you might want to consider starting with the hooves and then panning up like that. In this case, it makes the horse look physically larger, which makes the action seem more aggressive, or hyper. Another thing to do is to start from where the action originates, in this case the nose, where he's being tied up, to his face to show his expression and his eyes. At this point you can add some voicing, or voiceovers, whatever you want. You can make him talking, as seen in the next example. I didn't even mean to kick him. He was trying to brand me. What was I supposed to do? Remember, when you're showing action like that, make sure you pan upwards to make it seem bigger and more aggressive. Also, pan from the nose up to the eyes. When a horse is talking, something really good to do is to add a human trait. A human trait would be, when talking, to look the other person or horse in the eyes. Oddly enough, this trait invites people more into the story. Instead of the characters seeming more distant and horse-like, it makes them seem more human, if you could say that, and invites people into the story more. We are all aware that Breyer horses are not real, so it is very hard to get them running because their legs do not move. So the best thing to do is to pick a mold that is not running, trotting, or just standing. It's doing, hopefully, all three at once. There are a few good examples of these, but this horse right here is not one of them. See, he's either walking or trotting. He's not galloping, so he wouldn't be a horse to be in a race. He could be someone in a stall, though. For our next example, the horse could be anything. This horse, Snowman, can be anything. See, he looks like he's running, he could be trotting, and he can also be standing in a stall. I think that he would be the perfect model for any movie. There are a lot of other horses like these, but the best thing to do is to see if he can be in all three gaits. It's something hard, but not all models have it. That's okay, though. This horse is one of my favorite molds, but is a really bad example of someone that you should use in a horse that has all three gaits. See, she could never be standing in a stall. And if you notice, whenever you try and fit her into one, her back legs usually get scratched. Though she is a great model for racing videos or stuff like that, she would not be ideal for fitting in a stall or doing things like that. I would recommend not using her as a main character, but definitely in a movie. Instead, you could use a horse that looks like her, the star relationship. If you notice, they look the same, but Flash is smaller and he could fit into a stall better. He almost has all 3 gates down, and it's pretty close, so he would be a good model to use in addition to Ruffian, the normal Ruffian. She could be in a full run, and he could be maybe just in a canter. There are mostly 2 ways of having a script. One, you can either type it out and look at it as you film, which the problem I've found in that is that I change my plot as I film it, so the script doesn't really apply to what's going on in the story. And the other way to do it is to, as you film, just make up what's going on. Make up what the horses are saying in the comebacks. It's quick thinking, but it really pays off in the end. I've done it with most of the Thunderbolt series, and they're not too messed up. I mean, it works. Right now, you're looking at my main problem. Carpet. Carpet is the hardest thing to film on. Models lean over, like those horses, and fall over, which is a very bad thing to have when you're in the middle of filming a movie. Well, it's a very hard thing to really comply with, but the best thing you can do is to film on wood floors, or maybe somewhere like a hallway or kitchen, where the floor isn't plush, like carpet. A lot of the time, there are hard-packed carpets, but it's best to film on something solid like wood or dirt if you're going outside. Because the whole point of filming inside is to make it as realistic as it possibly can while inside, so that way you don't have to go outside. Even though it doesn't have to look perfect, the best thing to have is white walls and wood floors. They're the easiest to film on. Congratulations, you all passed the first episode in the first lesson thing. First part of the lesson, anyway. Well, just remember, filming is for fun. All these are just different ways of filming to have even more fun. So you don't have to follow these rules, and you can make up your own, which is the best thing to do. But this is just for beginners, and maybe people who know how to do it, but just need some more ideas. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.